Hey guys, welcome back to Brain Foods, the educational cooking show where we feed not only your body, but also your mind. And as you can tell by the way I'm dressed, it's summertime. And summer around here usually means let's head to the beach and have some fun down by the beach. And in honor of summertime, I decided to do some beach sand pudding. I saw this on Pinterest, it looked really cool, so I decided to make it myself. So let me show you what you're going to need to make it. The things you will need for your beach sand pudding is pudding mix. I've got 2 boxes of vanilla pudding, and this is the instant kind, not the cooked kind. A container of whipped cream. You need, for the 2 large boxes of vanilla pudding, you need 6 cups of milk, which I have sitting right here. 1 box of vanilla wafer cookies, and about 6 to 8 Oreo cookies or little sandwich cookies. We're going to grind these up with the vanilla wafers to make our sand. You will also need a spatula and a whisk. And you will also need some kind of bowl to put the sand and the pudding into. Now, you can use just a plain, regular glass bowl or whatever type of bowl you want, but I found this at the dollar store. It's used to make sand castles in the sand, so I thought, why not use this to put our sand pudding into? And this pudding's going to look just like the sand you find at the beach, and it's going to look amazing, and it's going to taste amazing. It's going to taste a lot like banana pudding, but without the banana. We're going to use vanilla instead of banana. Now that you've seen everything you need, let's get started on making them. I had to take my sunglasses off because I couldn't see. I need my regular glasses to be able to see. So the first thing you're going to do is mix up your pudding. I've got a large glass bowl here that I'm going to mix my 2 packages of pudding into. So that it's open to package up. Just like that. And then I'm going to take 1 part of my milk, add it right in there, just like that. Then I'm going to add the other part of my milk. But before I do that, let me stir it around a little bit. Make sure all the lumps and clumps are broken up with my whisk. Looks smooth. Let's add the rest of my milk. Alright, our pudding is all mixed up. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it chill for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then while that's chilling, I'm going to mix up my sand with my vanilla wafers. So let me do that. The next step in making your sand for your sand pudding, you're going to want to take your vanilla wafers and we're going to put them into the food processor. Or you can use a blender, but food processor works better. Just dump them all in there, just like that. I'm going to have a mess over there to clean up. And then we're just going to add a few of these Oreo cookies in here. 6, 7. I'm just going to use 7 cookies. 7 Oreo cookies. And you know what you can do with the rest of them? Oh, I got Oreo in my mouth. Okay. Now we're just going to process these and grind these up. And there we go. It looks just like beach sand. Looks really cool. So now I'm just going to set that off to the side, and when the pudding is done, I'm going to add the whipped cream, and then we'll just assemble everything together. Now that the pudding has set, I'm going to assemble everything into my bucket here. So I'm going to start with my pudding. I've got my big spoon here for that. So I'm just going to spoon out some of my pudding right into the bottom of this bucket and just kind of fill in the bottom here with pudding. Just like that. And if you can see it, the bottom is filled with pudding. Now, I'm going to take and add a layer of the whipped cream. So I've got my spatula I'm going to use. And I'm just going to spoon out a little bit of whipped cream right on top. Just drop it right on top of the pudding to make a new layer. Just like that. And then we're going to add our cookie crumbs. Just going to take a handful and just kind of spread them around right on top of the whipped cream there. Alright, now we're going to do another layer of pudding. So, see, there's the layer of sand. Now we're going to add another layer of pudding right on top of that. And we're just going to keep layering this until we get to the very top. And when we get to the very top, we're going to add our final layer of cookie crumbs right on top. Alright, our bucket of sand is done, and I added a few cookie sand dollars. I just baked some sugar cookies and I put a couple of sliced almonds right on top to make them look just like little sand dollars. And I put the little scoop in there, and that's good for scooping it out and serving it to your guests or to your family at a picnic, whatever. This bucket of sand was so easy to make. It's good for going to the beach as like a dessert for a picnic, for friends, family, or a beach themed party. I even have a blue Hawaiian to go along with my beach sand pudding. I loved making this, and I loved learning a lot about sand because, you know, sand is a very interesting thing. I thought that all sand was the same. Sand is just sand. But there's actually different kinds of sand. For example, the sand I have around here, and most of the sand like you find in lakes and at beaches along the coast and stuff like that, is actually mostly silicon dioxide, which is quartz. And what that is as the waves and water and wind start to erode at rocks, it actually breaks the quartz down into little bitty pieces, and that's what makes up majority of the sand. Now on the islands, they have white sand like this. And the reason their sand is white is because it's mostly calcite, which is actually from seashells, bones from fish and everything, and reefs that have broken down into a powdery white substance, which is what makes up the beaches down in the islands. But then in some islands, like on some of the beaches in Hawaii, they have black sand, which is actually volcanic rock that has broken down into small pieces and made sand. And then in some places, they even have red sand, which is actually the same thing, volcanic rock, but a different type of volcanic rock. And then some places actually have green sand. The chemicals and minerals that are inside the sand actually makes it look really green. As you can see in the pictures here, that's not algae or grass, that's actually sand. And there's even a beach down in the Bahamas that has pink sand. So sand is a really awesome thing. It covers all kinds of places on our planet, from deserts to the beaches to the oceans, all over the place, and there's actually so many different kinds of sand. And if you look at sand under a microscope, you'll actually see all the different types of little minerals and particles and little things that's down in there. So it's really interesting. If you ever want to take a microscope and take a sample of sand and look at it under there, you'll see all the different types of minerals and maybe even little tiny seashells and everything in there. So I hope you learned a little bit about sand today and a little bit more about the beaches. Now I'm getting ready to head to the beach. I'm going to take my pudding along with me. If you guys make this pudding at home, be sure to send me the pictures because I'd love to see them. Share them with me on all my social media. The links are down in the description. And like always, be sure to hit the big red subscribe button if you haven't already done that. That way you will see videos just like this every week. And you can check out some of my older videos to see what other little brain foods that I've made. Be sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys like to do in the summertime. If you live somewhere near a beach, do you like going to the beach? If you live somewhere where there's not a beach, what do you like to do? Anyways, I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. I'm heading to the beach now, so I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye. I'm taking my pudding with me. Good stuff, good stuff. It's really Kool-Aid. My puppy wants to be on camera too. Say hello, Ace. Hello, Ace. Say hello. Say hello to the people. Hello, little people. Hello, little people. Okay, he looks scared. Let me put him down.